So we working on today, Sham?
Today we're doing a full service Mercedes C250 CDI diesel. Take the ECU out to get to the rear filter.
To knock this out, you reckon?
But about hour and a half. Got a bit quicker. Few of us on the job today. Got Tia there. Got my little nut down there. There we go. That's the whole air filter there, my G. So the dirty state of mind. Also on these Mercedes, when you replace the air filter, you have to reset the values so the airflow is more. That's the new one there. It's Bosch, good quality stuff. So firstly, there's a locator, yeah, to get the locator down in there. Slide it down, then pull it forward. See, it's nice and seated, yeah. Oh, that's nicely flushed in there. Just put some farts in it. Alright, so we're going to put back on the air filter top.
You saying them? You good, yeah?
Yeah.
On the works, yeah? Good, that's good.
Put my gun on the lowest settings. Right there. Yeah. Go. So we secure back on the ECU. Give that 2 minutes, let the oil drain back down a bit. So when you take it out, you don't get oil everywhere. So. Watch your kicks there. Watch it. Do it for the camera. Do it for the camera and the camera make it look, you know, shabby, you know. See that? Just that one. Always try to hand tight first so you know it's not being cross-threaded.
feel it's tight, give it a little knock, then that's you done. See where the oil, see? Bad practice. We've got the pulling for flip the tabs there. Pulling filter there, young Demar here will show you it's been done. Let's use it and squeeze it and take that one out. Yeah, when you take out, always look at the direction there. See, it's got the arrow, the airflow. So make sure when you put the new one in, it goes in the same way the arrow facing downwards. Can you see the arrow there? Yeah. So it sits in nice like that. Just it. Take the time to squeeze it in. Sit. Lock. Same way on. First, tab in. Nice and locked. Get the cover back on. These sometimes can be a pain to get back in. Nice and locked in. Locked. That's the screw mesh there. Oh, and I'll tell you when to stop. That's it. That's alright, it's good. Alright, so on these models, they got the plastic sun plug. Same as the S3s, the Mark 7 Golfs. Same setup of the sun plug. This one I tend to use a flat-headed screwdriver head. Yeah, sit it in the middle, twist. Once it's almost loose, so just use the fingers, twist till it's fully out. There you go. So this is what the sun plugs looks like. Like I said to you, you can always use a flat-headed screwdriver. It sits inside there and do it. That's a locating point, so when you're tightening it, twist it all the way in till it reaches its final destination. It clicks in, it won't move anymore. In the meantime, while the oil is draining, I'm gonna check the brakes and the tires. So check the tires, make sure the thread depths are all good. Make sure there's any damage on the sidewall. Check your brakes. Looking at these brake pads here, I would say they're probably about 15 to 20% worn. Still got a lot of meat left. Disc, a little bit lipped, which should be able to go through them set of brake pads. Just doing a little shake there, make sure there's no wheel bearing, track rod end play. Up and down for wheel bearing, side to side for track rod end. Check the lower upper arm. Check shocks, make sure there's no leak. Move on to the rear. Check the tire depths. Then get further on that one. Check your brake pad. These brake pads here now, looking through the wheel, I would say they're probably about 70 to 80% worn. Yeah, so it's gonna need some set of brake pads soon. Disc or corroded. So it's gonna need the pads and the disc. This side there. Check the thread, make sure it's alright. Looking at this side here. Same on the pads, 70 to 80% worn. Disc or corroded, so he's gonna need new disc and pads on the back quite soon. Checking the fronts. Tire sidewalls all good. Front of the tires alright, no leak on the shock. Disc is a bit lipped. Brake pads I would say same, 15 to 20% worn. When we do anyway, we jack this side up after we finish on the near side, then we can check the tracker then on the wheel bearing and make sure there's no play. While we're back in the engine, check the antifreeze level. So you could do with a little bit of antifreeze in that. Top up your antifreeze a bit. A little bit of antifreeze in there. Boss! Okay. Hey. Easy to go on. There you go. Alright, so we're gonna put the sun plug back in now. Like I said, it's like putting a normal thread. Screw it in. There you go, locked in. You can see there. See where the tabs are located. Nice and locked in. Amora, can you pass me the brake cleaner, please? Just there in the bottle. Thank you. A nice little clean off. Lovely. This is brake cleaner, by the way. Throw all the excessive oil from around the sump. And where it's been draining. Lovely. So this is the oil here. Long life, 530 C3.
Sure. How much litres is this?
That's a 20 litre container. So the vehicle uses about 6.5 or 7 between them. Tomorrow, help him pack up the tools in. Yes, no, leave the gun out. We're gonna need the gun.
What about this?
Yeah, that will go back in the van. Leave that out for now, innit?
See, these are the things I need to know. So, fan, you know, these guys.
So that's 5 litres we put in there. What I'll do, I'll double check the level when it's on the flat surface. Then top up as we need it. Okay, now what we're going to do now is the fuel filter. Tend to do is get a pick. These all got special clamps on them that can be reused. So let's put the clip underneath it, flip them up. Boom. What I do now is just get a flat screwdriver. Want to work the clip around a bit, loosening it off. So in there, take your time. Don't want to pop the part. There you go, that one's off. Same on this one here. Carry on. That one's off. Release the clip, push the tab up. Slide it back. Okay, now what holds the fuel filter on? You got these little squeezing clip at the side. Same thing. Screwdriver in. Clockwise, release the clip. Go, once the clip is off, pull it. Pull the old filter out. It's a new filter here. Put the clips off. As you can see, they're only going one way. You got the bigger, you got the outer, so you got the inlet, you got the outlet. What you do now?
Yeah. Back on. Slide that one back on. Same on this side. Slide that back on.
Special tool for these.
There you go. So squeeze that one in. There you go.
And they were the same clips that were the.
These out.
Yeah.
You didn't replace the
No, I
clips?
didn't
Okay.
replace the clips. No.
Okay, no.
What you need to do now is
The hardest one to get rid of. Yeah, but the same
on
thing,
in.
but yeah. The hard thing.
you go. Get it very cleaner. Just give it a little bit of, get rid of the old diesel. Lovely jubbly, man.
2 coolant bottle. We got one, which is for the charge cooler, yeah? So this is for the turbo. So this cools down the turbo, charge cool, yeah? And then, got this one here, which is for the main engine. So this cools down the engine itself. Alright. Put on the under tray, we'll let it down, then we'll move on to the clearing the four code, see if there's any reset in the service light. And show you how we reset the air filter as well.
At this stage, it's called cleaning up. Cleaning up. So everything that was used, put everything back together, put all the tools together, and then clean them up. The money. The more these two go. Where these two go.
Like I said, side to side moving. Which there's no suspension components, won't track within. Suspension arm. Up and down. Check for wheel bearing and bottom ball jack. Nice and sturdy. What we're gonna do now is check the oil level and see where it's sitting at. Bear in mind we already put about 5 liters inside it, right? Take the dipstick off. As you can see, it's still at the minimum there. So I reckon it probably needs the next 2 liters of oil.
It all goes around the back, that's all rubbish. So then at the end, that part of the neck brings in. Finishing the oil?
Yeah. It's almost there. See, it's there. Just put a little bit more. Then we start it up and we recheck the oil level again.
Still right there.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna have to prime the ignition a few times because the fuel filter has been replaced. Turn the ignition on. Can you hear the fuel pump doing its job? You hear that noise?
So you have to repeat that process, what, 3 times?
Yeah.
To switch it on, ignition
Yeah.
on and off?
Yeah, just to get the fluid, the fuel flowing through. To be honest, sometimes I do. Sometimes you can literally jump in it, press the start button, and the starter motor will spin over a few times and it will start. But this is, it says, the easier way to prime it. Once it's done, just leave it running for a couple of minutes so the fuel bleed through the lines, get rid of all the tropic. Okay now, so what we're going to do now is the diagnostic read and reset the fault code. Full diagnostic report. Few faults in the system. There's none in the engine, none in the gearbox, which is good. Mostly to do with the door and the SAM unit. Let's go into the SAM unit and see what's happening. Fuel leveling sensor to do with the washer fluid. Start a battery. It's going to need a battery in it soon. So the main battery might need replacing soon. When it's coming up to the starter battery, excessive resistance. That's normally tend to be when the battery starting to go weak. So what we're going to do now is clear the air filter quality. If you go into engine, go into special function. If I'm correct, I think if you're going to teaching process, is it gone? There you go. Resetting of contamination level of air filter. Continue. F1. It's all going on to 0. Was 15%. Now it's at 0. Continue. That's done. What we're going to do now is reset the service. I'm going to go back. If I go back, exit, go back, go back, go back, yes. If I go on to services, go on to oil reset, Mercedes. If I go into automatic selection, read, okay, 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 okay. If you go into auto reset, normally if you click onto the menu here, go into service, click onto Assist Plus. You can see send service basics in 200 miles. So you can click onto F1. Continue. There you go, that one's all done. So if you click onto escape, if you look on the dash now, you can see where it says service A in 360 miles. So that's in 1 year. Okay. So it's a service there reset. No other warning light, no warning message. You can check your AdBlue. AdBlue is off filled. Go back into there. There you go. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna do a quick light check. Then that's our service done for today. Next side. Turn the side light on.
Huh?
Yep. Turn the fog, you know what to do the fog light? There you go, that's the fog there working. Number plate lights, CD all working. Front, side light. Yep, full beam. That's it, indicator. Next side. Lovely. That's the office there on the wheel, mate. Welcome to Shams Autos.